The weather's been so good in Tokyo recently. I don't even want to imagine how hot it's going to be this summer.
I miss the summer in Scotland.
So does that mean we're going to talk about Scotland for today's video?
Yes. I think I can talk about the things I noticed when I just moved to Edinburgh.
Okay.
Hello everyone, I'm Shue-Rong from Taiwan. Today my best friend Glenn is joining us for today's video. Glenn, would you like to briefly introduce yourself?
Sure. Well, my name's Glenn, as she just said, and I'm from a place called the Scottish Highlands, which you can see a map of here. So, for today's topic, where would you like to start?
And how about the weather?
Okay.
I think there's a lot to talk about. Glenn, do you check the forecast before going out?
If I want to know if it's going to rain or not, yes, but otherwise I don't really care.
Same here, but when I was in Scotland, there was another thing I had to check.
What?
Wind speed.
Really?
You know why?
Why?
It rains a lot there in Scotland. And even when it rains, I don't need to use an umbrella. Also, there's another big difference in temperature during the day.
Right.
But I always need to be mentally prepared for the strong winds. It can be like a typhoon sometimes. I'm serious. I could hardly walk if the wind was super hot.
I mean, it's true that it can be very windy in Scotland, but it's never really bothered me personally. And it's true that we don't really use umbrellas. Otherwise, come on, your umbrella could be destroyed in 10 seconds.
True. And when it starts to rain, you can see the people on the street using their hood. And if you see someone using an umbrella, normally I would say he or she is a tourist.
And also, old people really like to use umbrellas. And when I was walking in the street in Edinburgh, sometimes I saw tourists and their umbrellas got completely destroyed. And then I wondered, hey, do you not Google anything about Scotland before you visit?
By the way, the weather can change so quickly there.
And because we're living in Japan, I think it's so funny that some Japanese people are so proud that they have 4 seasons in 1 year, and they love to tell foreigners about it. But I'm like, bruh, Scotland has 4 seasons in 1 day, come on.
That's true. Sunny, rainy, cloudy, snowy. Thunder and snow at the same time. Or rain, snow and sun at the same time.
Okay, I think we've talked enough about the weather, so is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
Maybe food?
Oh, your favourite.
It is my favorite. Glenn, you know what Taiwanese soup looks like, right?
I think, it's got a very slight colour. The taste is very subtle. Usually it tastes gingery, and sometimes they add goji berries, right?
Yes. How about the texture?
It's not thick at all, it's quite watery.
Like this water. In Chinese, we say we drink soup instead of eat soup. Also, normally we don't have soup as a meal. We drink the soup with rice or noodles or other side dishes. I still remember once in Edinburgh, I hung out with my friends in a canteen and I ordered a soup and maybe a burger or something. And when it was served, I super wanted to dig a hole for myself.
Why?
Because I didn't know soup can be served as a meal, so I ordered too much.
I think that's not necessarily a Scottish thing, but a European thing in general. And I guess it's some kind of culture shock, maybe?
Yeah. I've got some more to share.
Wow, okay.
Sandwiches. Sandwiches are also common in Taiwan, but in Taiwan normally we have sandwiches as breakfast or brunch. We barely have them as lunch or dinner. When I was in Edinburgh, once I attended a conference, and before lunch I asked my Taiwanese friend, hey, do you think we'll receive a bento as lunch? And she said, are you crazy? We're in the UK, so of course they're gonna give us sandwiches. And then I was like, of course I know it, but as a Taiwanese, am I not allowed to dream of a bento as my lunch?
Hello, do you think UK people even know what a bento is?
But am I not allowed to dream?
No! I'm the dream, please.
Of course the sandwiches were brilliant, but I feel like I was only having breakfast. If there's no rice or noodles, I wouldn't feel my meal is complete.
I guess if I was a Taiwanese person, I could kind of understand that, because if you think about it, most Taiwanese meals have rice or noodles in them, so I guess that's why. So I think that's enough for today, and I'm just wondering if any of you guys have been to Scotland before.
Do you have culture shock experiences that you want to talk about? Feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching and be sure to tune in next time.
Bye!
Bye bye!